I spent the last 20 hours reverse engineering a funnel that will turn Alex Hormozi into a billionaire. The funnel has 3 secret components, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can implement it today. Without a doubt, the easiest way you can add an extra $100,000 to your business this year. So let's jump right in. Before we dive in, quick background. I worked directly for Patrick Bet-David for over 4 years, helping him grow his YouTube channel from 0 to 400,000 subscribers. I scaled his newsletter from 0 to 200,000 subscribers using a quiz funnel system similar to what Alex Hormozi has, and generated over $6 million of revenue for Patrick Bet-David. So let's break down how the funnel works. It starts with his simple $100 million scaling roadmap, a simple quiz that promises personalized business advice in under 30 seconds. But here's what most people miss. This isn't a simple lead magnet. It's a sophisticated qualification system disguised as a value-giving tool. And there are 3 critical components to this funnel. 1, a simple entry point that promises personalized value, as we can see here. 2, a hidden qualification system that segments users in real time. And 3, different outcome paths based on qualification status. After seeing how effective this approach was for Patrick Bet-David, I now help creators and business owners implement similar quiz funnel systems. The principles I'm about to show you in this video work in virtually any industry to dramatically increase conversion rates. If you're interested in building a system like this in your business, click the first link in the description. But first, let me show you exactly how Hormozi's funnel works step by step. When you visit acquisition.com, you'll see a banner for the $100 million scaling roadmap. That takes you to this landing page. The beginning is pretty simple. It asks for name, phone number, and email in the first 3 slots. And then it asks for a shipping address, which is kind of counterintuitive. But right now, people are flooded in their digital real estate, but old mail and traditional kind of addresses still work very efficiently from a marketing standpoint that is super cheap to reach. Now, this is where it gets interesting. At the last question, he asks 2 questions. How many employees do you have, and how much is your annual revenue? Now, these questions might look like innocent or pretty straightforward in terms of what level you're going to get on the scaling roadmap, but in reality, they're secretly qualifying his prospect and dictating which outcome page they're going to go to next. If you select under $250,000 in revenue, you'll simply get a value-only path and be considered disqualified. If you select over $250,000 in revenue, you are now going to be considered qualified and sent to a book a call page. So depending on how you answer these, you get different outcome pages and you get different next steps in the funnel itself. Now, this is literally genius because 1, it allows him to give value to 100% of his leads. 2, only sell to qualified prospects. 3, automatically prioritize high-value opportunities. And 4, create different nurturing paths based on business stages. Now, you might be wondering why $250,000 is his threshold, and it's pretty simple because contrary to popular belief, Alex Hormozi does not make most of his money from selling courses or books. He sells or wants to buy companies, right? So if they're under $250,000, he can purely give them value. They'll grow from his free content. But if they're making more than $250,000, he deems these as qualified leads because these are people who he could potentially first help scale through his consulting and some of his workshops and some of the other things he has. But then also later on, say 3 to 5 to 10 years down the timeline, he can look at buying or acquiring these companies into acquisition.com itself. So not only is he building relationships that'll be fruitful 3 to 5 years down the line, but he's also at the same time building ways to monetize and generate revenue in the short term through the workshops and the consulting. This is why his funnel is so powerful. It serves multiple business objectives simultaneously. Lead generation for current offer, pipeline building for future acquisition, market research for his target audience. And 4th, content creation guidance based on his audience segments. The more he knows his audience, the better understanding he has, the more he can create better content. But let's look at exactly how this segmentation works because he has these filters. So in terms of delivering the personalized value, it's based on the employee headcount, and then the revenue is based on qualified, non-qualified versus the metrics of who to give value and who to upsell. So if it's just me, no revenue, then it's stage 0. If it's just me, some revenue, it's stage 1, and then it kind of just goes down here depending on the stages, which is the value they will receive, which is the one layer of segmentation. Now, the second layer of segmentation is the revenue, right? How much people are making. And if they're making above 250, you upsell them. If they're making below 250, then you just purely give them value. Now, this creates a matrix of different outcomes, each perfectly tailored where someone is in their business journey. But here's the real power. This segmentation extends far beyond the initial interaction. Once someone is in a system, every email, every offer, every piece of content they receive can be tailored to their specific situation, the right message to the right person at the right time. And this is why his marketing can convert at way higher rates than most people can even imagine, let alone allow him to do a $100 million launch. Now, if setting up something like this seems like a lot, then feel free, like I said, click the first link in the description, book a call. I'd love to chat and see if I can help. Now, how can you do something like this in your business, right? That's the last thing I want to leave you off with. Well, essentially, there are 3 different types of quizzes you can build. You can build a value quiz, which is purely built off of value and getting the information, getting feedback from your customers, and then building out products or sending them down different tracks later on. 2, you could build a sales quiz, which is good for low ticket offers. In that case, you give them the outcome that they get, whether the mistake they're making or the type of the archetype they're in. And then as soon as they hit the results page, you will then sell them on the back end there, where first you educate them about the result they got, then how your offer or service is the next logical solution for their pathway. Now, third option, which is what Alex Hormozi uses, is you could do a qualification quiz. This is essentially a quiz that has secret qualification questions within the quiz itself. And now you're sending people to the right directions that they go, depending on if they're qualified or unqualified, splitting up the pathway to their next steps. Second, how you do this, right? So how we can steal this. Essentially, number 1, pick which quiz type makes the most sense for you based on your offer. Number 2, position the funnel to join the conversation. The same way Alex Hormozi talks about scaling your business is something that his audience is very interested in. You want to find something that is very relevant to your audience where you can join the conversation, right? Third, build out the funnel in terms of you have a simple quiz landing page, customized quiz questions, different outcomes, and each of these pages should have different headlines, different copy, different VSLs, and different email sequences on the back end. Number 5, capture first-party data. And I recommend Right Message for this. You can see the link in the description if you want to test it out. There's a special link there that gives you 50% off the first 3 months. Number 6, find a good way to qualify your customers, whether in terms of purchases or in terms of answering the right questions. Number 7, segment your leads, meaning set them up, tag them differently, and make sure that you now can target these people, market to them in individual ways based on the cohorts of how they've answered the questions and the outcomes they get. Number 8, personalize your sales and marketing process, meaning the same way Alex Hormozi can segment and make this unique in the long-term perspective, you also want to be doing that in your process to where it's not just the outcome pages. Now you can dynamically change landing page copy. You can speak to them differently. You can send them different email sequences, and you want to make sure that this is very much personalized and not a one-size-fits-all. And then lastly, number 9, utilize email marketing to maximize the leads you're generating. In this case, email is one of the most powerful marketing tools out there. So the power of this approach is pretty much undeniable. Email marketing already delivers on average $42 per $1 invested, but with proper segmentation and qualification, those numbers will go up much higher. This is exactly what will turn Alex Hormozi into a billionaire, not just his content, but his systematic approach to qualifying, segmenting, and nurturing leads at scale. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you'd like help with implementing a quiz funnel system into your business, feel free to click the first link in the description, book a call, and I'd love to chat. And if you're interested in learning about what this funnel looks like that I built out for Patrick Bet-David in more depth, click the video right here.